You know, as soon as I turn the camera off, I see like 6 Harleys going through there. Like, are you serious? Come on, man. What kind of luck is that? Out for a Saturday morning ride. And a bicyclist. You know we have bicycle trails around here, like built for bicyclists so they don't have to worry about getting hit by traffic. I'm just saying. Instead of going around all this construction. So I'd like to ride one of those 2023 CVOs with that variable valve timing. You know that's going to trickle down to these lesser models of the Harley brand. I'm sure it'll end up in the touring, all the touring models before anything else, but that's the way Harley Davidson does it. And I think it just brings new performance to each model. As you see, Harley Davidson is doing it. Before, when you bought a Harley, it's like it really didn't matter because this model to that model, the performance wasn't that big of a difference unless you did what I did and make your motorcycle a stage 3 or a stage 2 or a stage 4. You know, stage 1, that's what everybody does. Everybody does stage 1. And it's not until you get, well, with the twin cams, the stage 1 was a pretty big difference. But then when you step up to the M8s like we have here, the stage 1 doesn't really do a whole lot to the twin cam. Matter of fact, some of them actually reduce horsepower instead of increase horsepower. So it's not till you get to the stage 2 or the stage 3 or stage 4 in the M8s that it really makes a big difference. And I'm telling you, this stage 3 and my M8 makes a huge difference, and it's a lot more fun to ride. It's a lot more powerful, and it's just what I enjoy doing. But the CVOs, man, with that variable valve timing in it, I think that variable valve timing, when it kicks in, and I'd like to hear what the motor sounds like, if there's a different sound. I'm sure there is. Anytime variable valve timing kicks in, there's got to be a different sound. I can't wait to find another one in the wild out here riding around. Maybe I can get that guy to do a video with me, and we can see if there's a difference in the way his bike sounds and the way my bike sounds, especially at higher RPMs. You know, I'm going to look up, let's see when that VTEC or variable valve timing, whatever Harley calls it, I know it's variable valve timing, kicks in. And let's put it up here when it kicks in, what RPM range it kicks in. And I'd like to find a video with the sound difference too, if you can tell when that variable valve timing kicks in the CVO. Now I know on Honda's VFR, there is a noticeable difference, because I used to have one of those. I had like it was 2002 or 2003 red one, I can't remember what year. I think 2002. And when the VTEC on that bike kicked in, there was a noticeable difference in sound. Not a whole big difference in power, but the sound difference was just, it was kind of gimmicky, but it sounded neat, and it was fun to ride for sure. Definitely fun to ride. Yes, and I'm wearing my AGV helmet today. It's a lighter helmet. It's probably not going to match me riding this Harley right now, because, you know, it's a Valentino Rossi helmet. So I probably look a little bit funny wearing this helmet and riding this bike, but who cares? I'm 50. It doesn't matter. Well, there's a bunch of bicyclists out this morning. Why not a lot of motorcyclists? This is the best time to ride in Florida, in the morning, because it gets so hot so fast. Let's see, are we going to find anything interesting out here this morning? Anybody out riding their motorcycle, moped, anything? So yes, I'm very interested in that variable valve timing on the new Harley CVO. And I'm wondering how long it's going to take for it to trickle down to the rest of the models. Like, when are we going to see a soft tail with variable valve timing in it? You know, if Harley has put that performance into that motorcycle, you know it's going to trickle down to the rest of the line. It's just a matter of when and how long it's going to take. Because when the M8s first came out, you know, they started off in just the touring models, the most expensive ones, which, you know, that's reasonable for Harley to do. And then leave the twin cams and the old Dynas and the soft tails back then. And then they got rid of the Dyna line and put just the M8s in the new soft tail line, which these M8s are a big improvement. Now, I loved my old twin cam that I had in my Y Glide, my 2014 Y Glide I used to have, but that 103 is a beautiful motor. It's probably the most architectural piece of engine they've ever built, I think. It just, to me, that's my favorite motor as far as appearance goes. You guys tell me, what's your favorite motor? Which one of these engines that Harley has built is your favorite motor? Mine is the twin cam on the looks, but as far as performance and power goes, this M8 is nothing to be played with. It's just a fantastic motor. It's a beautiful motor. So, well, it's a powerful motor. It's not beautiful. You know, the heads, I think, are kind of head covers. Yeah, they're a little bit lackluster to me. The 103 with that flat top motor that it had and just the appearance of it, that was the prettiest motor I think that Harley's ever built. And I know I'm all over the place, like always. I can't have one thought in my head. I gotta have several. So I can't just talk about one subject. I gotta go on and carry on about other things. So rattle on about this, that, and the other. But I hope you guys are enjoying the ride, and I hope the conversation is good. And if you would, hit that like and subscribe button, help the channel out, help us grow. And Emmy's not with me today. She's at home sick in bed, poor girl. But hopefully she gets feeling better. And have her filming for us again. So yeah, I'm just curious to know if that variable valve timing actually does it increase the power? What's the dyno chart look like on it? Maybe I'll see if I can find a dyno chart for the M8 with the VVT in it, variable valve timing, and we'll put it up here if I can find it. If not, then, you know, sorry. Tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. Oh, there we go. Yep, get around them people. Ha ha. You can't stop a motorcycle from passing you. Not this one anyway. With a stage 3 119. No. I'm telling you guys, this thing is awesome. It's such a big power difference from the 107 to the 119. It's amazing. It's just amazing performance difference. You know, coming off that street bob with the 114 to this thing with the 107, I mean, it was such lackluster power. That street bob is so light with that big motor in it. It's like a freaking sport bike is what it is. That thing would haul butt on me. But this is way more comfortable, and next year when we go to Sturgis, this is going to be a lot better for me to ride on the whole way there. A lot more enjoyable, a lot more comfortable. So definitely this is a big upgrade from the street bob. Now, I still love my street bob with the 114. Heck, I love my Y Glide with the 103 in it and the 255 cam. But because I had a stage 2 on the Y Glide, the street bob was just stage 1, and now I got a stage 3 in the street glide. So this is a definite performance upgrade. And I would like to know if it'll hang with that 122 CVO, because the 122, you know, of course it's 2 more cubes, it's a bigger motor, but it's stock out the factory and doesn't have anything else done to it. So is it going to be faster than this? Is this going to be faster? You know, performance, that's always a question. Who's got the most power? I'm sure that 131 and 135 got the most power, but oh, I guess I got to turn. I got in the wrong lane, didn't I? Oh well. We'll go down Hook Street then. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful ride out today. Look at all this scenery I got, and the weather feels good. This wind on me feels good. This is wonderful. I mean, riding a motorcycle, it gets rid of all your stress and anxiety, anything you got, and it's just enjoyable just to go out and ride and get rid of everything, all your angst that you got built up in you, and twist that throttle, hit that gas, and zoom away. Oh yeah, that's fun. That's a blast there. This thing will move. This thing will scoot. It can get out of its own way. Oh, look at that pretty view there. That's a nice looking view. I don't know what happened to the rest of Florida, why the rest of Florida is so flat, but this right here is pretty. Oh yeah, this is a nice ride out today on the Street Glide with the 119, I might add. So if they started using that VVT in the Bagger Performance Series yet, is that actually the motor they're using now, or are they going to wait till next year because the season's already started? We'll have to check that out and see if Harley Davidson is racing this VVT motor, the CVO VVT motor, in the Bagger Series against Indian. Now that motorcycle racing there is fantastic, because you know that's causing Harley Davidson to pick up their performance. And kudos to Harley for not leaving the roots, because they're leaving the motor push rod. Who would have ever thought that Harley would build a push rod motor with VVT? The engineering in that has got to be just fantastic, but probably simple and fantastic all at the same time. Or maybe it's very complicated. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not really sure, but that's just my 2 cents. So yeah, I wonder if they're racing that already in that series, in that Bagger Performance Series, Harley versus Indian. And you know that's just making Harley better and better. Racing just makes manufacturers better, because when you go out and you build a motor to be able to perform at that level for that long, well, when you trickle that motor down and put it in these bikes, well, it just makes them a longer lasting, better engine, because you've reduced some of the performance in it, and now it's built for this amount of performance, but they knock it down a few notches, and now the thing will last forever. But these Harleys, they do last forever pretty much. They make all these aftermarket parts for them to where you can just rebuild them anytime you need, because so many people out there are building aftermarket parts for them, performance parts, everything. And that's the other thing that makes riding a Harley so much more fun, is that and if my voice changes, it's because I raise my visor while I'm sitting at a light, because it's too freaking hot and I don't want all that wind noise while I'm going. So, but yeah, that performance just trickles down the line from racing, and it makes the manufacturer better. And that's how come we've got so much horsepower in these motors today, is because of that racing. That's how come Harley is bumping up their game, because Indian is a threat to them. Not a big threat, I don't think, but they are a threat to them, and there are more people buying Indians now, and Polaris is trying to make that a performance brand versus Harley. And I think it's helping out the consumer big time, because now they're battling each other on who has the most performance, and it's trickling down and helping out the consumer to get a better product than what Harley Davidson was originally putting out. Because I mean, if you look at everything before the M8, you know, the twin cam, I mean, that from the 88 to the 96, oh shit, those kids look like they were having fun. Yeah, it happens to everybody. So, blooper, how'd I let a bike cut off on me? I got no idea, but it happens to me too. And I've been riding since 1996. On the street, anyway. Had a license since then. Ooh, it's hot out here. So thanks for watching. And make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Deuces.